From Delaware's most award-winning radio news team, this is WDEL Video News. Here's Chris Carl.
Among Delaware's top stories for Friday, April 27th, Senator Biden and the Democratic presidential candidates meet for their first debate. A new effort to crack down on neighborhood nuisance crimes. And trying to rid classrooms of bullies. Here are the details. Iraq was the major focus of the 8 Democratic presidential hopefuls, including Senator Biden, as they met last night for their first debate some 9 months before the Iowa caucuses. It was televised by MSNBC from the campus of South Carolina State University. At one point, Senator Biden delighted the crowd and surprised moderator Brian Williams. Biden was asked if he has the discipline to curb his infamous long-windedness and be a player on the world stage. The senator simply said, yes. Meantime, WDEL's Curtis Gray attended a debate-watching party in Bear, thrown by supporters of Barack Obama.
I think everybody had a lot of good things to say. I think there were some very good points made. I definitely feel that our candidate was the strongest.
As the small but enthusiastic group Delaware for Obama watched the South Carolina debate that also featured Delaware's own Senator Biden, their support for the Illinois senator was stronger when the debate ended. Marianne Kelly believes support for Obama continues to grow in the first state.
I was afraid that because Biden is running, that Obama was not really going to have a lot of swing in this state. But I found that there's a very huge group of people that are really very much hearing his message and very much into him, and I think it's going to go very well for him here.
The party at Stewart's Brewing Company in Bear was an opportunity for supporters to enjoy their favorite food and beverage and discuss issues from the Iraq War, health care to abortion. Todd Bentley of Newark is impressed with Obama's performance.
They brought out a lot of serious issues I think this country needs to face. Particularly, I like Barack's answers on defense. I like someone who's been against the war since the very beginning. And Barack's a very solid candidate. Even when they asked questions that were relatively unpopular, he had unpopular answers, he still stuck to his guns.
I'm Curtis Gray, 1150 AM, WDEL.
Nuisance crimes are the target of a new effort by the Attorney General in Delaware. WDEL's Melanie Armstrong reports.
People who live along Lamson Lane in Newcastle are tired of being hostages in their own neighborhood.
We've seen drug activity, blatant, wide open when kids are walking to and from, prostitution. My husband has even been accosted, getting into his truck to go get a newspaper in the morning.
You see stuff happening all the time. You see girls being dropped off. You see girls being picked up. You see guys hanging around waiting. They're just cars from not always local, Jersey plates, all over the place. You see it on this street. You see it on Newcastle Avenue. It happens all the time.
State Attorney General Beau Biden says legislation is being introduced to strengthen laws to go after residential and commercial property owners who allow that activity to continue.
We can shut down their property and just shut it down, take it away. Everything from that to imposing fines on them. So this is using the civil condemnation process and the civil nuisance abatement process to fight crime.
The legislation also creates a permanent fund to prosecute the crimes. Melanie Armstrong, 1150 AM, WDEL.
A group of carjackers in Claymont didn't count on this. WDEL News continues in a moment.
Oh.
Is everything okay, ma'am?
Not really. I need to ride dark tomorrow to get to work, and I forgot to buy my dark card. I guess I had to find a ride.
Well, you certainly come to the right place. Didn't you know that Acme now sells dark cards and paratransit multi-trip cards?
No, where?
They're available at our customer service desk.
Getting you there now starts at your 12 Delaware neighborhood Acme markets. Dart and Acme have joined in partnership to be your one-stop shopping place for both groceries and dart cards. It's now easier and more convenient than ever to pick up your dart cards with Acme.
State lawmakers have taken steps to make sure schools are safer for your kid. The House and Senate approved legislation creating the School Bullying Prevention Act. The legislation calls for each school district to create a policy to protect students from bullies. The bill now heads to the governor for her signature. The wheels are in motion for an open government bill in the State House. WDEL legislative correspondent Carl Konevsky has that story from Dover.
House leadership has tapped Representative Bob Valahira to lead the efforts to craft a compromise bill designed to open state government to the public. The Tallyville Republican says he's not bothered by the fact the House Administration Committee tabled his open government bill, given the fact that leaders of both parties support the idea of a compromise.
The goal here is to try to get something that the entire chamber can support and then get it over to the Senate. What I understand is that House leadership is willing to get behind and support an open meetings law here for the General Assembly.
Valahura says lawmakers got the message loud and clear from voters in November who said open government is a necessity and wants a bill to open all proceedings of the General Assembly with the exception of party caucuses.
There's no way that this is going to pass over in the Senate unless the caucuses are excluded from an open meeting bill. And frankly, I think we're not there yet as an institution, and I'm certain that that's going to be part of this bill.
Valahura says he'll definitely have the bill ready for passage in the House before they recess for budget markup at the end of May. Reporting from Legislative Hall in Dover, I'm Carl Konevsky, 1150 AM, WDEL.
3 carjackers ran into something they never planned on when they stole a man's SUV in Claymont Wednesday night. Police say the men stole the vehicle from a Philadelphia Pike convenience store as the owner was putting air into his tires. A state trooper later found the SUV broken down along I-95 just north of the Pennsylvania state line, and the men were arrested. Could a former high school basketball star be coming home to help the Blue Hens? WDEL Sports and your Delaware AccuWeather the forecast coming up.
Looking to gain an edge in the technology or design field? Wilmington College's Division of Information Technology and Advanced Communications offers state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest tools. Did you know that Wilmington College has been preparing students for careers in media arts and technology over the past 7 years? Enjoy hands-on experience and personal attention from instructors drawn straight from the industry. To learn more, visit wilmcol.edu. Wilmington College. Achieve balance, achieve success.
I'm Peter MacArthur.
I'm Melanie Armstrong, and here are Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour.
The most complete coverage of the news that matters in Delaware. Every weekday morning, 5:30 till 9 on 1150 AM WDEL.
In WDEL Sports, the Phillies' winning streak came to a halt at 5 as they lost to the Washington Nationals 4-2 yesterday. Aaron Rowan extended his hitting streak to 14 games with a solo home run. The Phils start a weekend series with the Florida Marlins tonight. Freddie Garcia going for the Phils against Anibal Sanchez. You can hear the action on WDEL. Coverage starts at 6:30. The Blue Rocks' lack of offense left them with another one-run loss, ending their road trip with a 2-1 loss at Frederick last night. The Rocks are home tonight to start a weekend series against Winston-Salem. Meantime, their best pitcher, Carlos Rosa, has been promoted to AA Wichita. And Delaware's all-time high school basketball scoring leader will reportedly leave St. Joe's to play for Monte Ross at Delaware. Jawan Carter, the 2006 Delaware Player of the Year from Tatnall, is planning on transferring, according to the News-Journal. Carter was named to the Atlantic 10 All-Rookie team last year after starting 26 games for the Hawks. Neither school can comment on Carter's reported transfer because his school year isn't over yet, and he hasn't been accepted at Delaware. He would have to sit out next season if he does transfer. Your WDEL Delaware AccuWeather forecast: clouds and rain today, a thunderstorm possible as well, high 68. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 55. For the weekend, clouds and sun tomorrow, and afternoon showers possible, high 68. And for Sunday, partly sunny, a high reaching 70. Get news updates throughout the day, Delaware's top stories at the top of the hour on 1150 AM WDEL, or anytime right here at WDEL.com, including news video from Delaware and around the world from WDEL and the Associated Press. I'm Chris Carl. Have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.